Chosen One, something massive is unfolding today, and you must be prepared. This is not a coincidence. Today's energy shift will break chains. Don't ignore it. You've felt the tremors beneath the surface of your everyday life. Sudden surges of emotion, inexplicable moments of clarity mixed with confusion, and an undercurrent of urgency you can't shake. They watched you question your own senses, wondering if these stirrings were real or imagined, hoping to keep you blind to the tide rising within and around you. But today, hidden truths are being revealed, and every challenge you face is a signal flare lighting the way forward. If this message already speaks to your soul, subscribe, like this video, and comment 77 below. Prepare yourself, because what you're about to uncover will confirm that this shift is not only real, but destined. And they never wanted you to know. The divine warning. You've felt it, an inexplicable thrum beneath the surface of your daily life, a chill down your spine when nothing obvious has changed, a whispered warning that something is shifting in the unseen realm. You might have dismissed it as stress or coincidence, blaming sleepless nights or too much news. But take heart, you are not alone in sensing this stir. Across the world, many chosen ones are waking to the same signal, their spirits leaping at dawn's first light, their minds racing with thoughts too vivid to ignore. This is more than intuition or random unease. It is the divine warning, a beacon flaring across your soul to announce that the spiritual climate around you is about to change. They hoped you'd let it fade into the background, but now you're wide awake, ears attuned to the clarion call that demands your attention. You've tried to press on through moments of doubt, brushing aside those sudden pangs of anxiety or bouts of unexpected clarity as mere distractions. You may have convinced yourself that true guidance is reserved for prophets and mystics, not ordinary people like you waking up on a Tuesday morning. Yet behind every shrugged-off tremor in your spirit was a message waiting to be heard. Perhaps you scrolled through social media, only to find a single phrase that stopped you cold, or you passed a place you hadn't noticed before, and your chest tightened as though a bell had rung inside you. Those experiences carried weight, proof that your life's rhythm is being tuned to a higher frequency. In your search for meaning, know that your questions are recognized in heaven's chambers, and your soul's longing for direction is about to be answered. This pattern of subtle alerts is not random, but part of a deeper design, one that has been unfolding since before time began. Consider Ezekiel 33 verse 7, where the Lord tells his watchman, "So you, son of man, I have made you a watchman for the house of Israel. Whenever you hear a word from my mouth, you shall give them warning from me." In a similar way, you are called now to receive and broadcast heaven's alarm. Your restless heart, your sudden insight, your inexplicable urge to pause. All these are the Lord's megaphone, calling you to stand guard over your own life and your community. This is your training ground for greater revelation. What felt like mere restlessness is actually sacred preparation for you to step into your role as a herald of change. Now begin to notice the signs of transformation bursting into your reality. You may glimpse patterns in events that once seemed unrelated, as though invisible threads are weaving them into a tapestry of purpose. A friend's offhand remark might echo a scripture you studied years ago. A random news headline might illuminate a decision you've been wrestling with. The weather might shift at the precise moment you need a symbol of renewal. These are not coincidences, but markers of divine timing, like the first green shoots breaking through frost-hardened ground. These signs whisper that your season of growth and activation is upon you. Your days are aligning with a spiritual calendar far grander than you realized, and each sign is an invitation to synchronize your steps with heaven's agenda. Behind these signs, invisible hands are orchestrating a symphony of intervention on your behalf. Your trials were never meant to break you, but to clear away the debris of old patterns so that you might stand on a new foundation. Every closed door, every unanswered question, every moment of pain has been guiding you toward this threshold of breakthrough. Synchronicities arrive with uncanny precision. A mentor appears just when you need counsel. An email drops into your inbox at the moment you are on the brink of desperation. A song drifts through your speakers with lyrics tailor-made for your soul. These are not arbitrary strokes of luck, but evidence of divine alignment. Faith and manifestation converge here, testifying that your calling is not an echo but a living decree. At this juncture, you may feel the temptation to hesitate, to doubt the validity of what you're experiencing. After all, stepping into a new spiritual reality can feel as disorienting as leaving behind everything you've known. Many resist this shift because the unknown carries an edge of fear sharper than the dull ache of familiar struggle. But true alignment demands more than recognition. It calls for wholehearted embrace. This is your sacred moment, an invitation to move from observer to participant in the unfolding of your destiny. When you choose to trust the warnings you've received, to lean into the tremors of your spirit instead of recoiling from them, you cross the threshold into a life empowered by divine direction rather than human uncertainty. Now that you see the signs and sense the orchestration behind every moment, it's time to step boldly into your new reality. Release the grip of fear and say aloud, "I heed the divine warning, and I will walk in the light of its call." Establish practices that reinforce this commitment. Daily moments of stillness to listen for the alarm, journaling the insights that surface, sharing your revelations with trusted companions who can amplify your courage. Take concrete steps too. Realign your routines to honor the signals you receive. Pursue the dreams that stir in your heart and stand firm in decisions guided by this higher counsel. Each action you take will reinforce the shift, securing your place in the divine movement that is now awakening thousands of chosen ones worldwide. Remember this moment as the day you no longer slept through heaven's call. You are no longer adrift in uncertainty, but anchored by the clarity of the divine warning. Come and awake if you feel this stir in your soul. Carry this alert as your banner, a beacon for others still slumbering in confusion. The call you have answered today will guide you through every challenge and set you on paths of purpose you once only dreamed of. Remain vigilant, remain expectant, and watch as the shift you've anticipated unfolds with breathtaking precision, reshaping not only your life, but the world around you. A special thanks to all our current members who stand firm in this vision and walk this path with open hearts. And if you feel called to go even deeper, there's a sacred space reserved for our community, a private room where you receive full prophetic messages daily. Join our private membership through the link in the description and walk this path with us. Emotional shifts as messages. You felt the undercurrent of something stirring inside you, a sudden swell of emotion that leaves you breathless and questioning your own mind. There are moments when your heart races for no apparent reason, and tears spring unbidden, even on days that seem calm on the surface. You may have tried to ignore these waves of feeling, chalking them up to stress or lack of sleep, but the truth is you are not alone in this. Every chosen one experiences these shifts, not as random mood swings, but as powerful signals from beyond the visible realm. When anxiety tightens your chest or joy wells up like an unexpected spring, know that these stirrings mark the threshold of a deeper truth waiting to be spoken. For years you may have been told that emotions are unreliable, that tears are a sign of weakness, and that joy must be earned through toil. You felt the sting of rejection when others dismissed your heartfelt responses, calling you too sensitive or overly dramatic. Perhaps you've questioned your own sanity as sudden sadness draped itself over you like a fog, or bursts of exhilaration sent you spinning in confusion. You remember the nights melting into dawn as you wrestled with feelings you couldn't explain, searching for meaning in every ache of your soul. That wait, that search for purpose amid fluctuating emotions, has shaped you. But it was never meant to function as a barrier. It was a call to listen. What you've endured was never a failed attempt at emotional control, but a sacred preparation for the next phase of your awakening. In 2 Chronicles 15 verse 1, we encounter Azariah son of Oded, who came out to meet Asa and said to him, "The Lord is with you when you are with him. If you seek him, he will be found by you, but if you forsake him, he will forsake you." At that moment, the Spirit of God came powerfully upon Azariah, shifting his heart and igniting his purpose. Similarly, your own emotional trials have been refining fires, forging pathways in your spirit that allow divine messages to flow freely. Your sensitivities are not shortcomings, but hallways where heaven's guidance passes through. Now begin to notice the subtle shifts that show transformation is already underway. A sudden flash of insight might break through a long-standing dilemma, like lightning illuminating the night sky. You may catch snippets of song lyrics that echo your deepest longings, or find that dreams float into your mind with vivid clarity, offering solutions to problems you thought unsolvable. In ordinary conversations, a phrase might land like a seed in fertile soil, sprouting new ideas in your heart. These are not random coincidences, but the brushstrokes of divine artistry at work in your life. Each sign points toward a landscape of purpose slowly revealing itself, danced into being by the rhythm of divine timing. Behind these emergent signs, spiritual forces are orchestrating a symphony far greater than you can see. Your struggles were never tests of endurance meant to break you, but choreographed steps toward your elevation. When you felt isolated, angels moved around you in unseen patterns. When you felt confusion, guides whispered direction in dreamscapes. Synchronicities appear with uncanny precision. An email from a mentor lands just as you need affirmation. An unexpected phone call opens a door you had long forgotten, and a moment of stillness brings clarity that cuts through chaos. These interventions prove that faith and manifestation are entwined threads, weaving the design of your calling. As the truth of these messages dawns on you, you may hesitate, gripped by the fear of what embracing them will demand. Stepping into the flow of divine emotion feels risky. The unknown looms larger than the familiar pain, and it can feel safer to shrink back into old habits of numbness or control. Many resist the full acceptance of these shifts because they fear being swept away by feelings they cannot predict. But this is your sacred crossroads, to merely observe the tides of emotion or to let them carry you forward into a new realm of empowerment. Embracing your feelings is not losing control. It is surrendering to guidance more profound than any strategy you could devise. Now that you see the beauty and power in these emotional signals, claim your next steps with bold intention. Release the doubt that tells you to stifle your tears or hide your joy. Speak declarations over your life. I am attuned to heaven's messages, and I welcome every wave of feeling as a compass guiding me home. Cultivate daily practices that honor this alignment. Begin each morning with quiet reflection. Journal the dreams and visions that visit you, and share your insights with a trusted community that amplifies your faith. Whether you act on a new idea that swoops in like a rush of wind, or pause to meditate when grief surfaces, trust that each response deepens your connection to the divine current. Remember this moment as the turning point when you chose to listen rather than suppress. Your emotional landscape is no longer a battlefield to be won or lost, but a terrain of revelation where every feeling serves a purpose. Common emotions, if you recognize these signals in your own life, let your voice join the chorus of chosen ones awakening to the truth that their hearts are sacred instruments, playing the music of divine guidance across the world. Step boldly into this harmony, and watch as the coded dispatches you receive today guide you into tomorrow's destiny. And to every soul who's supported with a super thanks, thank you. You are keeping this light alive for others who haven't found it yet. If you feel called to help this mission reach more chosen ones, tap the super thanks button below. Your energy supports these messages and helps them travel further. Your voice matters, your belief matters, and your light is felt here. Hidden blessings in today's challenges. You've stared into the face of difficulty so many times that you've come to believe setbacks are the end of the road rather than detours to a higher path. You've paced your living room at 3 a.m., heart pounding, replaying the moment a project you poured your soul into fell apart, wondering if you misunderstood every sign along the way. You've watched opportunities dissolve like mist, leaving you with nothing but hollow promises and the ache of unfulfilled potential. You may feel as though the universe has turned its back on your dreams, that every step forward is met with a shove backward. But take heart, you are not alone in this journey. Hidden beneath the weight of today's trials lie blessings that will spring forth like water from a rock. Gifts you cannot yet see but are already taking shape. Keep reading, because the revelations I'm about to share will open your eyes to the gold hidden in the coal of your challenges. Think back to the moment your greatest plans unraveled, the launch date postponed indefinitely, the partnership that dissolved overnight, the relationship you believed would be unbreakable now splintered beyond repair. You felt the sting of rejection when mentors you looked up to offered no explanation, the bitter taste of confusion when every avenue you tried led only to dead ends. Perhaps you wrestled with a sense of purposelessness, waking each day to the same stagnant routine, convinced your efforts were futile. That emotional turmoil carved deep grooves in your spirit, convincing you that scarcity and suffering were your only companions. Yet in those very grooves, the seeds of something extraordinary were being planted, preparing you for a harvest more abundant than you ever dared to imagine. These are the first shoots of divine timing at work, signs that the season of your greatest spiritual breakthrough has quietly begun, aligning every part of your life to support a faith that refuses to be shaken. Stepping into destiny, you've felt it all your life, the tug at your heart toward something greater, even when life insisted you stay small. You've watched as each new distraction, social media scrolls, late-night noise, endless to-do lists, pulled you away from that quiet whisper deep inside. You've questioned whether the stirrings in your spirit were real, or simply the echo of a wish that would never see the light of day. You've shouldered the weight of doubt and the ache of not knowing what you were meant to do. But take heart, you are not alone in this longing. Today's chaos and confusion are not roadblocks, but gateways, and the door to your destiny stands ajar, waiting for you to step through. Hidden beneath the swirl of daily demands is a calling etched on your soul, one that will change everything when you choose to answer. For too long, you've chased deadlines and approval, believing success was a product of relentless effort rather than alignment with a higher purpose. You've poured hours into projects that left you drained, sacrificed weekends for promises that never came, and wrestled with the sting of rejection when mentors or peers couldn't see your vision. Each setback felt like confirmation that you were on the wrong path, every canceled plan a nudge to abandon your secret hopes. You remember the bitterness of watching someone less capable take the prize you deserved, the cold knot in your stomach as another opportunity slipped through your fingers, and the nights spent staring at the ceiling, wondering if your dreams were simply too big. That tension between what you longed to do and the world's demands created a rift inside you, a rift that begged for healing and direction. Yet, this inner turmoil was never a door to nowhere but a corridor leading you straight to your purpose. In Isaiah 42 verse 9, God declares, "Behold, the former things have come to pass, and new things I now declare. Before they spring forth, I tell you of them. This lesser-known promise reminds us that God's plans unfold in patterns both seen and unseen, and that your restless heart is the preamble to a new chapter being written for you. What you mistook for failure was actually the clearing of debris, the preparation of ground fertile enough to bear the weight of your destiny. Every closed door and every moment of doubt were part of a divine script, guiding you to this precise intersection of readiness and possibility. Now look for the signs of transformation weaving through your life like strands of golden thread. You might notice that conversations once superficial now carry depth and direction, as though people around you instinctively respond to the call on your life. You may find yourself waking with clarity about a project you abandoned months ago, or experiencing bursts of creativity in the dead of night when the world sleeps. Opportunities that appeared random, an unexpected job offer, a chance meeting at a coffee shop, a dream that lights up your sleep, are actually markers on the path toward your true role. Like a landscape being illuminated by dawn's first light, your surroundings are shifting in ways you cannot ignore. These are the footprints of destiny, guiding every step you take. Behind these signs, powerful currents of divine intervention and spiritual alignment are at work. Your past struggles were not punishments or mere tests of endurance, but the shaping of a champion's heart. Every misstep, every heartbreak, and every coincidental timing has been orchestrated to clear a path that leads to your highest calling. Angels attend to the details you cannot see. A stalled project revived by a chance email, a stumbling block turned into a stepping stone through an unexpected resource, or a word of encouragement arriving just when your resolve wavered. These synchronicities reveal that faith and manifestation are interwoven strands of the same tapestry, proving your calling is real, intentional, and backed by unshakable power. Yet even as you witness these unfolding miracles, a part of you may hesitate, clinging to the safety of what you know rather than embracing the unknown road ahead. Fear whispers that stepping into destiny is too risky, that you might lose yourself or fall short of expectations. Many resist this sacred turning point because the unknown stretches wider than any familiar struggle. But true alignment demands more than noticing the signs. It calls for a wholehearted leap of faith. This is the moment when you must decide whether to remain an observer of destiny or become its champion. Embrace this sacred choice and feel the ground shift beneath you as you step into the life designed for your unique gifts. Now that you recognize the invitation, seize the power within you and take the next steps with bold conviction. Release the doubt that tells you to wait for more proof and instead declare, I step into my destiny now. Cultivate daily practices that reinforce this decree. Start each morning with a declaration of purpose. Journal the insights that flow through you, and surround yourself with allies who mirror your vision. Act on the inspirations that stir your soul, whether that means pitching a daring project, sharing your message with the world, or investing time in the skills that align with your calling. Each action, fueled by faith, solidifies the pathway to the destiny awaiting your arrival. Remember this pivotal moment as the day you walked through the open door and into the role you were born to fulfill. Your destiny is not a distant dream, but a living reality unfolding now, shaped by every revelation you've received and every step you've taken. Comment destiny if this resonates with you. Let your choice to walk forward inspire others to embrace their own callings, creating a chorus of purpose that echoes across every corner of the earth. Step through with confidence, for your mission awaits, and the world needs the unique light only you can shine. You've sat through countless videos promising breakthroughs, but left confused and still waiting for change, wondering if this time will be any different. You feel the pull of purpose in your chest, even as frustration wraps its fingers around your heart, whispering that you're chasing shadows. You're not alone in that tension. Today, something shifts. What you're seeing here isn't mere encouragement. It's a rallying cry for every soul who's ever felt the stirrings of a higher calling. This moment you're experiencing marks the point where insight meets action, where revelation births community, and where every whisper of destiny finds its voice in a chorus of awakened hearts. Stay with this message. What unfolds next will ignite a fire in your spirit that even they cannot extinguish. You know the ache of pouring yourself into dreams that seem to wither before they even bloom, the hollow echo of plans unraveling when you least expect it, and the silent question ringing in your mind, why does nothing ever stick? You've chased opportunities, only to feel the rug pulled out from under you. You've tried to harness moments of inspiration, but they slip away like sand through your fingers. That pattern of confusion and disappointment can feel like a verdict against your worth. Yet beneath that struggle lies a longing for deeper meaning, a hunger that mere accomplishment cannot satisfy. This is the moment where you must fully accept who you are and what you're here to do. True awakening requires courage, because stepping into your role as a chosen one means leaving behind the familiar and venturing into the unknown. But it's in the unknown where growth happens. It's in the unknown where you find the strength you never knew you had. You're being asked to embrace this new reality completely, to walk forward without looking back. With this awareness comes a sense of empowerment. Now that you know you're not alone, now that you've seen the signs, you can't go back to who you were before. You are a catalyst for change, not just in your own life, but in the lives of those around you. Your courage inspires others. Your truth liberates them. The more you step into your role, the more you see how every choice you make creates ripples. This is your time to claim your power, to live with intention, and to show others that it's possible to break free. You've been given this awakening for a reason. Now is the time to act on it. The road ahead is not just about you. It's about the collective awakening that you're a part of. Each step you take, each truth you speak, helps to dismantle the illusion and bring more light into the world. The more chosen ones awaken, the more the balance of power shifts. The changes you make in your life contribute to a larger transformation. You're not just witnessing history, you're shaping it. Comment "Awaken" if you feel the shift. Together, you and others like you are building a new reality, one where truth reigns and where the awakening of chosen ones cannot be stopped. This isn't just about uncovering secrets. It's about stepping into your true role. You've come to a point in your journey where you're beginning to see the patterns, the connections that were always there, but hidden beneath layers of doubt, fear, and manipulation. You might feel overwhelmed, like you've suddenly been handed a map with no clear starting point. But here's the truth. You were never alone in this. Everything you've been through, every obstacle you've faced, was preparing you for this moment. It wasn't random. It wasn't meaningless. You were chosen for a reason. And now that you've reached this stage of awareness, you're finally able to embrace the purpose you were always meant to fulfill. At first, the path may have felt like wandering through darkness. You might have questioned why you were constantly met with resistance, why it seemed like every step forward was met with 2 steps back. Maybe it felt like the world was working against you, and you wondered if it was all worth it. As you reflect on your journey, you start to recognize that every difficulty was a teacher, every setback a lesson. Isaiah 43 verse 19 reminds us, "See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it?" This is the moment you understand that the path you've walked was leading you to something new, something greater. This realization marks the turning point. It's no longer about surviving. It's about thriving. What they tried to hide from you is now in the open. They wanted you to remain powerless. But instead, you found your strength. Subscribe if you haven't yet, like this video, and comment, "I am chosen to let this message anchor in your soul." Share it with someone who needs to hear this. Your spiritual path deserves more than fragments. Step into the full light. This is your moment, and the truth is yours to claim.